my sisters did that, one of them would lose an arm. Is it me coming at you on a Wednesday to start the vlog? Maybe a little bit. So the thing is, on Sunday, I did read, a solid 100 some pages of the Christmas murder game. Like, I listened to it on my way to and from my mom's house on Sunday, because we made Christmas cookies on Sunday. Problem is, Sunday night, and I don't know, because basically, while I was filming the last clip of last week's vlog, because I filmed it on Sunday night, because I didn't film on Saturday because we went to the zoo, I started to feel like utter trash. Not like very quickly, but like I started to feel like crap, and then over the night it very much progressed into a full-blown stomach virus, which the rotavirus is going around very much right now. The thing that people call the stomach flu, which doesn't exist because it's not a flu, it's not an influenza virus. It's a rotavirus. A completely different thing. Influenza viruses affect your respiratory tract, not your stomach. That's a digression, though. That's just a pet peeve when people call stuff a stomach flu. There's no such thing as a stomach flu. There's no stomach influenza virus. Okay. It's a pet peeve. So, basically, I felt like trash on Monday. Utter trash. And I spent the day, doing nothing. And that's why I canceled my sprints on Monday, because I felt like trash. I couldn't sleep because my stomach hurt so bad I couldn't sleep. But I also couldn't eat anything because I wanted to. Chicken. This thing has figured out these buttons. Come here, Al. Come all the way up here so that everyone can see you. Don't sit on the computer. No, you can't sit down. No, you can't sit down. Just wait. I have to open the bags. Calm down. You know the bag has like a little baggie on it. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Anyway, what I was saying is I felt like trash on Monday, so I did listen to a little bit of the Christmas Burger game, but I had to backtrack because I passed out. So I think I actually ended up listening to the rest of the book, but I ended up passing out during it. So I had to go back and backtrack, and I re-listened to 61 pages of it. Oh my gosh, Eleanor, you messed up the angle of the laptop camera now. You know that? You just messed it all up. You're so lucky you're cute and people like you. Oh, Grandma may say you're ugly and call you Eleanor, but everyone else thinks you're cute. But I felt much better by Tuesday, and I went to work. Went back to work, and it was completely, I was tired, but like functional is the key word here. And I finished Murder at the Piccadilly Playhouse on Tuesday night. So I gave that one 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Great as the first one. I'm liking the historical cozy vibes, but also they're bringing in a little bit of romance in there. Because it's very scandalous. She is in her early 20s and is unmarried. Very scandalous for 1900. We cannot do this. My favorite part is always when she talks about it's a new century. Like, I don't think the vibes change just because we went from 1899 to 1900. The vibe is still not changed. It's still very scandalous in your society for you to be unmarried. Chicken. No! Just because you demand things doesn't mean we get them. You've had so much chicken tonight. This is when I really start regretting that I ever gave her that button. After I finished Murder at the Piccadilly Playhouse, I then moved on and I finished the Christmas Murder game, which I gave a solid 4 stars. It has very much vibes of Evelyn Hardcastle, but not as dense as Evelyn Hardcastle. So, but I will say, if you didn't like Evelyn Hardcastle, I don't think you're going to like the Christmas Murder game. Because, again, it's very dense. It's not as dense, but there is like a lot of interweaving parts. And I mean, it is a murder mystery, but like, also they're playing a game. And some monsters have died in the game because somebody gets a little too competitive. But I did really enjoy that one. It was a great audiobook too. But you know what? That already leads us up to today. And today I had a very slow day at work because I was originally supposed to have 3 patients to do testing on, and then I had a walk-in one. I was like, I can totally do that today. No problem. I had Britney's Sprint Miss on in my earbuds at the same time, and I listened to Baggage Claim by Juliana Smith. And let's just say that it was a strong through 80% of the book. Actually, 85. It was very strong. It was going toward a 4 star. The I love the fake dating trope. It was a little bit more Christmassy. They were doing a 12 days of Christmas, 12 Christmas vacation vibe where like every day he was going to take her and do another event. So basically what happens is at the start of the book, our main characters, Olive and Flynn, they meet on a plane from Florida to Aspen, Colorado. And they're both originally from Aspen, and Olive had moved to Palm Beach, Florida, about 3 or so years ago, and she was working remotely, but she was in Florida now, and Flynn's parents, had moved to Florida. So he was out visiting early in the holidays. He couldn't get off like around the holidays because his parents were going on a cruise and whatnot. So, and he was flying back home to Aspen, where he's originally from. She was flying back to Aspen to see her family for the holidays for the first time in 3 years because of some drama that went down 3 years ago on Christmas. And so they meet on this plane and they're on the plane ride together. And she ends up telling her mom inadvertently in the airport that she has a boyfriend. So she needs to be set up on dating sites and whatnot. And Flynn so gallantly agrees within, like an hour of meeting her, I'll be your fake boyfriend for the holidays. And she like says no, 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 no. But she gets drunk on the plane and tells him what their plans are her first night back home. So he ends up showing up at the restaurant and like introducing himself as her boyfriend. So like they're in this like fake dating thing, and he goes on this like 12 days of Christmas vacation events where they go skiing because he's a ski instructor, and they go ice skating, and they go to the movies, and it's so cute. And then 80 and like throughout the book they're hinting at what happened 3 years ago, and I kind of got the vibe of what happened 3 years ago, but I was really hoping my vibe was wrong, like I was off, and I was really hoping, like, okay, it's maybe a little bit different than what I was thinking. But basically, Olive and her one sister had a big blowout 3 years ago, so something happened. I was kind of getting the vibe with, there's a lot of like mentioning of like that Olive used to be a bit bigger and she had brown hair, and after this event happened 3 years ago, she lost a bunch of weight and she went blonde and she got tan. And like, if you're doing that for you, good job, but don't do that because that's what society says is beautiful, like there was like conflicting views on that. Like, I was just gonna put that off to the side, like whatever, I don't care at this point. I'm like enjoying the Christmas vibes of this book. And then 85% happens and it comes out, that which I kind of expected, and again I'm really mad that I like picked it out. But Olive's ex-boyfriend 3 years ago, when she brought him home for Christmas, cheated on her. And he cheated on her with her sister, which I had predicted this coming, but I had hoped like maybe it didn't play out like it did. I'm not very big on cheating in books. Like, cheating is one thing, but and if it's like the character grows from that cheating and they like show off to him like, oh, look how much better I'm doing without you, like I'm here for it, like girl slay. But this book was her ex-boyfriend Logan cheats on her with her sister Sarah within hours of him meeting Sarah, because apparently when he just walked in the door of the family home and he saw Sarah sitting there, he just fell head over heels in love with her and decided that night he was gonna fuck her on the kitchen counter. Excuse me, what? What? And then the sister goes and marries him. They get married. Because like, Sarah, you married him. You cheated with, your sister's boyfriend, you just like facilitated that happening. And this could have played out better. Like, you could have broke up with Olive and then started dating Sarah, which would still would have been awkward, but not as awkward as Olive walking in the kitchen at 1:30 a.m. and finding her boyfriend fucking her sister on the counter. There's better ways to play this out if you wanted to date her sister instead. Personally, like, if my sisters did that, one of them would lose an arm. Like, I'm sorry, like, you'd lose an arm or a leg. Like, that's the end of the story. But immediately this took it down to a 2-star rating. I was done over it. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I was just over the book at that point. But again, I had 15% left. So I stuck it out. I was like, you're gonna stick it out and finish the book. Whatever, then happily ever after, I didn't care at that point because I hid that whole play out there. But that didn't end my day yet. I then picked up Let It Snow, which has been sitting on my shelf for probably literally 10 years. I probably bought it 10 years ago and it's been sitting there. I'm on page 16. It's going well. I'm going to continue it tonight. I'm going to continue it a little bit more here and look for like the next hour or so. I also picked up City of Glass again. Yes, I am still reading this. It has been months. Yes, I didn't fit anything and get a clue, so I finally picked it back up. Good thing my buddy reads has decided that the whole year of 2023 was reading City of Bones. And in January, we're going to read City of Ashes, which now I'm ahead in the buddy read now, guys, because this is going to be February's book. We're going to try this again and read one book a month, apparently. We're not doing very good at it, but we're going to try it again. Okay? I'm doing great. I'm going to finish that book this month. I already know it. Like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read this one for an hour, and then I'm going to read that one for an hour, and we're going to make it work. Am I only filming 2 vlog clips this week? Maybe. Thursday. Thursday I did no reading. I was at our other office, 30 some miles away. So by the time I got home, I ate a bowl of cereal, and then I watched YouTube shorts for an hour. I was like, oh, I should do something. I was gonna clean on Thursday, and then obviously I was like, I'm not gonna clean, I'm not feeling it. So then I took a shower, and then I watched another hour of YouTube shorts, and was like, well, you gotta be at work early tomorrow, so you might as well just go to bed. That's what I did. And so yesterday, which was Friday, I did read a little bit of City of Glass. I mean, we're about halfway through now. I think it's like 45%. Like, it looks like I think it looks more like half when you do this. But when it's like this, it's like, a little under half. Hiya, you gonna come up? You gonna come up? Oh, hello. Yes. Yes, he's almost cute, miss. And I saw Mom put stuff in my sock. Yeah, I put your presents in your sock. But you can't have them until Christmas. But that's how it works. And then last night I read 112 pages of Let It Snow by all the people. I feel like anyone always just says John Green, but it's John Green and the others is what I like to say. And then here on Saturday, I just, finished booking out the rest of the 240 some pages that this was. So the first one in this is by Maureen Johnson, and I'm giving that one 3. I think it was the best one out of the 3 that were in here. John Green's was second, and honestly, I think that was the worst one. I did not care for it. I wrote notes somewhere on this. Oh, it's in my phone. I started taking notes. So I do like that all 3 of them connect. I think that was a nice touch, a nice collaboration between the authors. However, in John Green's, he just writes idiot teenagers. Like, why are the teenagers taking the car out in a blizzard? And also, oh, there's like 18 inches of snow and they just plowed backwards through the snow? I'm sorry, an SUV even... I feel like that's pushing it for an SUV just to plow through, like, straight up 1.5 feet of snow. Backwards. Like, and, like, they have to go up the hill, and they almost die trying to go up the hill because they lose control of their vehicle. And then the teenagers still, because they are cheerleaders at the Waffle House. It was really dumb to me. I did not enjoy it. The third one was by Lauren Myarcle, and it was okay. It was about a pig. It was okay, but like I also, at this point, I didn't care. I was like, these stories are dumb. You could have wrote a whole book on Jubilee and Stewart, and I would have been here for it. Maureen Johnson's one. The rest of them, I was like, I don't particularly care. So there's that. But I could have gone through a whole fleshed out story on Jubilee and Stewart. But I think this is just, the evidence of, I bought this book, 10 years ago, and I didn't get to it till now, and I think it's a good example of how John Green was a good author for me when I was, like, early high school. Now, not so much. I find his characters are very stupid. Except for The Fault in Our Stars will always hold a special spot in my heart, and I will forever love that book. Although I don't tend to reread it, I just watch the movie when I'm in the mood for it. So, that book will always hold a special... Well, like, otherwise, John Green's writing just doesn't hit for me. Their YouTube channel, however, does. I do like to watch their Crash Course, Hank. Mainly that's Hank, though, I guess. I do enjoy that yet. I give this one a 2.5. Like, you gotta bump it up for Marines, but, like, the other 2, I didn't care at that point. I was done. But that pretty much, wraps up what I read this week. But I did do a little bit of a book haul. I went out to dinner with my dad on Friday night, and he gave me my Christmas money. So, I immediately, after leaving dinner, the mall was open until 9 because of the holidays. So I was like, cool, it's only 7:45. I can make a bookstore run. So let me go ahead and get those books and I'll show you guys what I got. I picked out 5 things. I'm going to start with my bargain one. I got this off the bargain shelf for $6. It's also the one that doesn't fit with the rest of these books. So I got How to Survive Your Murder. And this is a YA thriller. So, I like the title of it. That's how I based it off of. But I also like the back where it says, rule number 1, never go into the corn maze alone. We got corn mazes around here, don't we? We got some corns. We got lots of cornfields, huh, Elle? 2, nothing good happens on Halloween. Yeah, you don't think that because Mommy dresses you up as a spooder. Actually, this year you were a dragon, though. Rule number 3, never be distracted by a hot bad boy. Rule 4, don't die this time. So, I think this is going to be a good one. I think it's relatively short, but like, again, I got it on the bargain shelf. I was like, this looks like a fun, entertaining time. Eleanor, stop it. Pick a spot and sit. And then I got a series here, because I saw this first one, and was like, well, you might as well buy the whole series, right? We're already here. Might as well just buy everything. But I bought Promises and Pomegranates. One, because I like the cover, but two, because this is loosely based on a Hades Persephone retelling with some Mafia elements. Eleanor, Louise. Shelby is just existing. Shelby is allowed to exist. She is your sister. You have been with me all day long. Shelby has not got to see me all day. Okay? Be a good girl. Capiche? Don't look at me like that. It's like I have a toddler all the time. A perpetual toddler. Anyways, this is Hades and Persephone retelling meets Mafia. And I was like, wow, both those things are right up my alley. So we're gonna pick this up. This one, it's the sequel, but it's not, Hades and Persephone's. I can't remember which one this one follows. But I was like, you know what, again, I am a sucker for any Greek retelling. Might as well just buy it. And then, I do like the cover of this one, too. Like, these are pretty covers. And I don't know what this one is either, but I was like, cool. Another Greek retelling, we'll take it. And then, I've seen this book everywhere. I've seen many people reading it. They did not have the other one, the second book, but I did get the first one. So I was like, we'll start there, I guess. They were out of stock. So I got Haunting Adeline. Again, like they were out of the second one, so I didn't get it, but I also really like this cover because look at that lovely skull on there. It's a bit of a chunky one. Like, it's a good weight to this book. Like, it's quite chunky too. Like, this is over 500 pages, over 550 pages. This has got some good weight to it. So I went and picked out these beautiful 5 books. Will I maybe get more? Potentially. I want to get The Engagement Party by Darby Kane, but they didn't have that in stock. So I did not pick that up. But otherwise, that was just like a little pre-Christmas book haul, because, you know, my family's doing Christmas tomorrow morning on the 24th, but I doubt my mom got me any books because I did not ask for any. I just asked for pants. I wanted more scrub pants. So, but my aunt always has a potential for getting me books, my godparents, so we shall see.